What up, though? Thanks for tuning in to Moxie Reviews. Before we get started, I'd appreciate your support by clicking the like and subscribe button. It would greatly help a brother out. All right. Let's get down to the order of business. In this video, I'll be discussing potential outcomes for the second half of P-Valley Season 2 based upon the events that have taken place thus far. So we're gonna start with my sleeper prediction. Y'all ready for this? Check it out now. Big Bone is affiliated with Montavious' Delta Devoted gang. That's right. You heard it here first. Big Bone is Delta Devoted, and she's been sent there to investigate what happened to their quote-unquote Lieutenant Montavious. So, think about it. Think about the scene in the exchange between her and Diamond in episode 4 when she talked about how she learned how to ride motorcycles. She mentioned she was from Texas. Whereas Haley and Montavious from Texas. I could be tripping, but I remember back in season 1, I think they mentioned Delta Devoted being like a motorcycle organization. I could be tripping, like I could be bugging on some Mandela effect or some shit like that. But let me know in the comments if you remember that as well. Now, if you think about it, in that same sequence, she boasted a ring on her middle finger that seemed to be symbolic of some fraternal organization. Now, I'm a part of a couple of fraternal organizations myself, one of them being the Freemasons. And once I became a member, I had the option to purchase like rings and charms and stuff like that to like represent me being in the fraternal order, much like our sister organization, the Eastern Stars. So that's not uncommon. Like, it's pretty common practice for organization and clubs with like a hierarchical structure to have rings, charms to represent a certain level or rank. So yeah. But I digress here. I don't want to get off topic, but if you think about it, when she mentioned she was from Texas, Diamond's face tensed up as if he sensed something from her. And he probably even noticed that ring. But, we don't know how their interaction, played out. They kind of like, it's kind of ambiguous. We don't know if he took her up on her offer for a ride. Next, I want to address the Big Teak and Little Murder situation in regards to Pico. I believe Pico knows the history between those two cats. Anybody with keen observation could tell that was some sexual tension between Teak and Murder. Like that scene when Kashan and Wody was making the facial expressions and it had the text like, "Are these ninjas effing?" I that shit had me weak, man. I kept rewinding that because I thought that was so funny. But anyway, I believe, that's what prompted that fight outside the club when Pico told that young female that was out there, like, "You ain't even his type." They started scrapping. But for all we know, shit, young Pico might be involved with them cats. You never know. Shit, I might be reaching, but shit, P-Valley's known to flip the game on you sometimes. So you never know. But here's the thing with Teak. I think I can, with things escalating, I can see Teak losing his life. At the end of the day, for me, I believe his character has reached his arc, in my opinion. I don't really see how he plays a significant role in the show anymore. Unless there's going to be like a love triangle between Murder and Uncle Clifford, I don't really see how Teak fits in here anymore. But I don't see like a love triangle thing going on. But in case it does, remember, you heard it here first. But it's kind of like Rome. Like, after he attempted what he attempted with Keyshawn, I didn't really see his character lasting much longer. simply because it's like, what do you do with this character at that point? Um, and I mean, I get it. He has the video on his phone. But here's the thing I'm thinking about. Who was it on the phone? I mean, obviously it's Little Murder, but who's the other person? Was it Uncle Clifford? Was it Teak? Like, when did he get that footage? So that's going to be interesting to see how that whole scenario plays out. However, sometimes, we watch these shows and they put scenarios in episodes, but they never revisit them. So for all we know, this could be smoking rivers, smoking mirrors. But yeah, I can definitely, I'm definitely waiting to see what's going to happen, with that video if they revisit that again. Now, on the subject of Keyshawn, this is a perfect segue to discuss her ongoing domestic situation with Derek. Episode 5, in my opinion, is probably the best episode of the season thus far. And what I liked about it, it showed Keyshawn's background and the genesis of her relationship with her white knight. I just find it ironic that both of them came from affluent backgrounds. I'll have another video talking about that too. But here's the thing, guys. The obvious hypothesis would be to assume that she'll take him out at some point. Hell, I actually thought she was going to ride on him, at the tail end of episode 5, when she found out he attacked the baby. But I was let down in that regard. It's, many of you probably were. However, check it out. I can see this trending in another direction, though. Like they get into another altercation. She pulls out that pink blicky like she did in season 1 on Murder Night on Diamond. And, they struggling over the gun. And all of a sudden, her or one of the babies get harmed. And I mean, I would hate to see that happen like that. I would hate to see the story turn out that way. But, in real life, 99% of the time, that's what happens. The mother or the baby, one of the children get hurt in domestic violence situations. And, and I get it, it's TV. So, of course, we're rooting for Keyshawn to do something to Derek, and hopefully she does. But, that's one thing I do love and respect about P-Valley is they always try to add a layer of authenticity, to their show. They always want to incorporate levels of authenticity, and that's one thing I can respect about it. But check it out, family. I appreciate your time. I will be uploading a part 2 of my predictions, where I'll talk about Mercedes, Coach, and Farrah. And I'll also be talking about Andre's quest to become the mayor of Chucalissa, and how Haley could play a vital role in him potentially winning that seat as the mayor of Chucalissa. But yo, man, I appreciate you guys listening. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Until next time, take care of yourself and each other.